So not only does Drew have to fight with Ralph, she got to fight with the extra women in the damn relationship. Ralph got some nerve, and Courtney used the dumbest I've ever seen in my whole entire life to get involved in somebody else's divorce, and you only known these people for 5 minutes. Girl, you looking like boo boo the fool. And that let me know that you either opening your legs to this Negro or you want to open your legs to this Negro. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle, and this is the Belle Perspective. And today we're going to be reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 reunion episode part 1. This episode it was okay. It was something to talk about, but it really wasn't stunning, right? Like it wasn't like that. Anyway, but before we get into my thoughts, let's get into some housekeeping items first. This is a growing channel, and what that means is that I need your help. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? We are growing over here and we're building community. By the way, the other black girl joined the book club, Black LITuations. Details will be in the description box. It's a virtual free book club. All are welcome. All you gotta do is buy the book and join the discussion September 28th. As you prepare, and y'all, I made an error. The other black girl is coming out September 13th on Hulu. So we want to read the book and discuss the series. So join all of that. What else is going on? Bold and Black business perspective. There's so much going on this channel. Check my playlist. Peruse, go and look, take a look and take a gander, go look and see. All right. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let me know what you think about what I'm saying down in the comment section. Okay. Let's get into this review. I felt like this episode, it's okay. It's okay. Y'all get that. What y'all thought? What did y'all think about the first part of the reunion? Tell me your thoughts. Get down in the comments. We'll start off with fashions. I actually was on Giving You the Real Tea, Really Be TV. It's Whether You Like It or Not. That's the panel. I was on there a couple weeks ago before the season kicked off. We talked about, was it before the season? No. This was right before just when the fashions dropped. So we talked about that. I'm gonna try to find the video and I'll link it. I'll link it here so you guys can see what I thought about and the rest of the panel thought about the fashion. But I'm standing by it. I'm gonna say Kandi, to me, this is the first time she's ever looked like better than all the other girls to me. And that's probably because the girls who usually bring it didn't bring it this time. Kenya usually slay. Like Kenya usually be giving the girls a run for their money come reunion time. I don't know what she was doing. I don't know what she was doing here. She really wasn't giving a whole lot. I do wish Candy's hair was a little bit different, but I'll take what I can get from her. Tanya, her dress was cute. It was simple. The focus was the baby bump. I get it. Had she not been pregnant, I would have been bored with that dress. Drew's dress was pretty to me, but it was too much fabric. I didn't like that. It just looked too big for her body type, and I didn't see that until I saw a couple other images because I originally thought that the dress stopped like mid thigh, but it didn't. Now if that dress stopped mid thigh, the dress would have been so cute, and that would have been my favorite thing. Someone said Courtney's dress looked like a vagina in the front and a blue vagina in the front, and I can't unsee it. I can't. I can't unsee it. And I know I saw Giving You the Real Tease picture of Kenya Monsters Inc. dress in front of Big Monsters Inc. monster. Kenya missed. And she never does, but she did this time, I guess. Okay, so we get into the introduction chats. You know how Andy goes around and asks people certain questions here and there throughout about certain things throughout the season. Sheree, I think for the first time ever, had first chair, but she really didn't have much going on, so I don't know what the hell for. Maybe because she's the oldest on the show, or has been on there the longest. I guess I don't know. Find So I don't know if y'all saw, but Marlo lost a lot of weight. She's been getting the shots, the Ozempic shots. Y'all fooling around and have using them diabetic people's medicine. Child, there's a shortage, and the people who actually need a medication can't get it because y'all over there trying to lose weight off it. Sheree said she was having breathing issues, and so she decided to get a nose job. Did I hear that correctly? I was too lazy to go back and listen. Let me know what y'all if that's right. I was like, so you having breathing issues, so you get a nose job, not just go see a ear, nose, and throat doctor? Okay, Sheree. We start off with Sheree. Sheree and Martell's relationship has ended conveniently. Y'all know Love and Hip Hop. Love and Marriage Huntsville is about to start, I think, next week. So I'm ready for the shenanigans, y'all. I'm ready for the shenanigans. The trailer looks really good. I'm ready for it. I think that I think they were kind of saying, "Oh, good for you, Sheree. Good for you. You ended the relationship with Martell." I don't know if y'all heard her clearly, but she said that she's still talking to him. So I don't know if she really truly ended. I still feel like they're fooling around with each other. So that's not really a victory, in my opinion. The secret child with Bob. I've already said this. I've already discussed this ad nauseum. I think that Bob had a baby on Sheree, and she's just too embarrassed to admit it, or even go down that road to try to figure out what and what. That's personally what I think, because it doesn't make sense for Bob to be so secretive about a child that existed prior to Sheree being in his life. That doesn't make sense. Kenya and Marlo get going a back and forth. Cute says that Marlo's going to be subpoenaed because her information was found in Discovery, and she's going to subpoena Marlo to testify in court. Mark is holding up their divorce because of the situation with Marlo. Y'all heard about it in the blogs. Marlo says she's apologetic, but child, I'm so sick of Marlo. Y'all should be too, but the thing I wanted to say about Sheree is the fact that she's not talking to Martell because of the revenge porn. Y'all heard about the threats to release revenge porn on his ex. Just find Sheree so whack. Sheree is so whack. She was like, "Oh, I don't know the truth about that." There's literal video. There's literal video of him. Sheree, you are so dense. And it's yeah, Kenya says that Marlo was reaching out to Mark to try to get tea on her 2 years ago. And they found that in Discovery. Marlo says that's not true. I don't know if I can believe Marlo. Marlo's fooling around and calling Ralph. And I was side eyeing. I don't know if I said that in one of my videos, but I was side eyeing Marlo. Why the hell does Ralph have your phone number and can reach out to you so easily? Why does he have access to you in that way, Marlo? Somebody else's husband. And you not cool with the wife. Nah, Marlo. I'm side eyeing you, girl. Kenya hands Marlo a blank subpoena. That was embarrassing. If Kenya was on her P's and Q's like she usually is, Kenya usually has something for the girls. Now, I'm not a Kenya fan. I'm not a Kenya fan, not a Kenya stan, but she usually can go toe to toe with the girls. I just don't feel like she was really doing much this episode or this time. Sheree's birthday. Andy says Sheree has an interesting relationship with Bill's child. Sheree brings up, "Oh, nobody's ever sued me for not paying my bills." Girl, you already admitted in the car that the bill collector's calling you. So, girl, stop. All right. She by Sheree and Kandi OLG. They're going back and forth. Sheree says you need to mop your floors. Kandi says the things in the fashion show were not on the website. Both are true. We're moving on. I said on Twitter that this was they kind of have a fourth and back and forth and forth and back. I said that this was an auntie argument, not because of they're old in age, but because they couldn't remember the insults that they wanted to say to each other. It was like you need to go in and do the thing and then and whatever. Well, no, you need to go in and the thing over there with and you know the thing over there and the thing. That is why I called it an auntie argument, because y'all forgetting what y'all trying to say to insult each other. I do it all the time. Aunties do it all the time. Your grandma always do it all the time. She arguing with you and she didn't forgot your name. She didn't forgot what she wanted to say to you, right? Y'all ain't never, it's an auntie argument. Drew. So we get to Drew. She has a minimum union ask. Like, she's a real actress, a part of the union. She's a minimum ask. And so she had to negotiate. Kandi and Todd weren't really paying her what her usual monies are, her usual runner's fee or whatever, honorary, whatever you call it. And she said she negotiated because this is Todd's first time, so she would support the brand. Marlo in the back told they only paid her $10,000. Kandi said, "We pay her more than $10,000. Well, exactly how much did you pay her, Kandi? Because I want to know. I'm just nosy." the LaToya kissing story. Here's where I'm looking at. While Drew may be a liar, Drew is lying about this situation. I don't think she's being truthful. The cameras already caught her in the lie. One minute she says she's kissed the girl, the next minute she says she hasn't. We already know Drew be lying. But the thing about it is, Kandi, at this point, what's your point? Where are you trying to go? Why are you constantly coming after this girl? If she is lying and telling you no, she didn't kiss the girl, just let it go. Just leave it alone. Obviously, she's not ready to come out and say that. So why do you keep trying to pursue it? Why do you keep trying to push it? And you being so offended that she's calling you a liar? Well, I mean, that's kind of the response. That's the natural progression of the argument if you keep trying to call her out on it. Like that's the next thing. So if you said, "Oh, she not agreeing to it, fess up," then just be like, "All right, girl, I'm not about to." But I just don't like how Kandi's pushing it. I think it's messy. I think it's silly. Like, just leave the girl alone. Obviously, she's denying it for whatever reason. Let her. Production already call her out for being a liar. You don't need to be going back and forth. Well, I don't think so. And Marlo and Ralph. Marlo sweat up and down. She never called Mark to get tea on Kenya, but she has access to Ralph. She. It seems like is capable of doing that as well. So the friends join. At first I was kind of like, I don't too much care for Monyetta. I think Monyetta is a good addition to the show. I think she just needs to stay a friend of the show. I like that she can carry a bone. Let Monyetta be a bone carrier. She's a truthful bone carrier. She don't add or take away. She tell the truth so far that I've seen. So I can appreciate that kind of bone carrier. Oh, I meant to say, Sheree spent the morning at FedEx office printing up all that bullshit that she was passing around, the She News that had basically, she took all the time in the world to pull out all the negative articles about Kandi and all the negative things about her restaurant and her little store tags and stuff like that. Girl, what kind of shit is that? Girl, what you should have been doing is talking about your life. See, that's Sheree's problem. She's so whack. She spent all of her time trying to point her finger at other people's business and then turned around and told us that she by Sheree still ain't making no profit. Girl, at least Kandi making money. And then had the nerve to say with Marlo that these some broke, jealous, pretty girls. They need to get their money up.
Girl, really?
Monyetta and Courtney get there. They are talking about Marlo dating Roy and Kenya being bothered. Kenya, you were bothered that Marlo went on a date with Roy. It was very apparent. I wish you were honest about that. That was annoying. Tell the truth, girl. You know the truth. We know the vibes. You didn't like that. Roy not being in as present as he should have been if he's dating Kenya. I think Kenya has already kind of prefaced us and warned us, kind of like here and there hinted. I think Kenya hinted. That's the word that I was trying to use, that I was trying to think of. I think Kenya already hinted to us that her and Roy's relationship really isn't that serious. He absolutely used Kenya's platform to be a walking commercial. It's very apparent. I don't even know why she brought him on the show because he was the only one that benefited from it. Kind of just picking and choosing because I don't want to give a play by play. Somehow we get to the situation with Kandi and Sanya. Sanya talking about how Courtney called Kandi ghetto. She didn't call her Kandi ghetto directly, but she said that the crowd that Kandi brought to this establishment that she used to frequent, it brought ghetto, and I was just like, Courtney is drag her. Drag drag Courtney. Please drag her because I'm so sick of this bitch. I'm so sick of her. Kandi says that she was hurt. She didn't like that Sanya was laughing at the situation. So you said, well, you set the precedent for our relationship. Last year, when Drew was doing the flip flopping thing, I sent it to you and I said, what do you think about this? And Kandi said, I'm not going to lie, I think it's funny. Now, somebody in my comments on Twitter was saying that the difference is that Kandi told Sanya to her face that she thought it was funny. Here's where I have to disagree with you. Kandi told Sanya that she thought it was funny only after Sanya had brought it to her and asked her what she thought. She never volunteered that information up front. Sanya asked for it and then she freely gave it voluntarily. I do think that Sanya was laughing and I knew that was going to come back to bite her in the butt. But also, she did try to stand up for her friend in that moment. She did. Now, the problem is, again, I said this ad nauseum in other videos, that Sanya's problem is that she is not paying attention to the warnings that the other girls are telling her about Marlo, and she's not drawing a definitive line between the Marlo crew and the Kandi and Kenya crew, hopping back over and back and forth. You can't do that. It's looking real flip flopping. You can't you can't do that, girl. Courtney and Drew get into an argument. Y'all, I do not understand how Courtney can be so vested in Drew's relationship with Ralph when she literally just met them. Literally just met the both of them. She's quickly taking Ralph's side. So quickly, don't even know who Ralph is. She says Ralph is connected to her through her aunt, I think is what she said. She said Ralph's uncle is married to Courtney's dad's sister, to her aunt. Girl, what? Girl, what? That's not even real relation like that. And you going so hard for some nigga that you just met? No, I liked what Drew said. Ralph coached you because everything that comes out of your mouth has been what Ralph has told you about me. So not only does Drew have to fight with Ralph, she got to fight with the extra women in the damn like Ralph got some nerve, and Courtney used the dumbest I've ever seen in my whole entire life to get involved in somebody else's divorce, and you only known these people for 5 minutes. Girl, you looking like boo boo the fool. That you either opening your legs to this Negro or you want to open your legs to this Negro. One or the other, girl. It's one or the other. Cause I ain't never seen no woman be that invested in a relationship with people she don't even know about. I'll get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Real Housewives of Atlanta, the first installment of the reunion.